Why you got your hand on him? Well, why they got his hand on you? You feel this funny. This what they do to us kind.
Yeah, got your lights on? Oh my goodness. Is that McCree? Wow. Haven't seen you in a while.
McCree, on the ground, do it now.
Hey, go high and go low. Go low.
Someone go low.
Everything kicked off on June 22nd, 2023. When a Honda Accord was caught speeding through the rain, it looked like a normal stop, but the officers were already moving in for much more than just a ticket.
How y'all doing?
All right, how you doing?
Good. Can you roll all the windows down? Thank you. You know why I'm stopping you?
No.
You roll those windows up. One, you're speeding on Ivy's 35, and two, you don't got your headlights on and it's raining outside.
Imagine a routine traffic stop that suddenly turns into a total mess, ending with a long list of felony charges. Could one officer's mistake turn a normal day into a multi-million-dollar legal disaster? Is it possible the person with the badge was just trying to settle an old score? We're looking at a case where a simple speeding ticket caused a total breakdown of constitutional rights.
It ain't even raining.
It's raining back there where we were.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, got your lights on? Oh my goodness. Is that McCree?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Haven't seen you in a while.
Going fishing.
You what?
Going fishing.
This stop for speeding and driving without headlights in the rain didn't just result in a citation. Instead, it exploded into a violent scene where a 500-pound man was bashed to the ground. How does a weather-related safety concern justify this level of aggression?
Going fishing? Where's the fishing pole?
In the trunk.
Gotcha.
You want to see it?
Huh? No, I'm good. You guys got your IDs on you?
No, sir.
Mind if I see them?
I don't got mine.
You don't got yours?
No, sir.
Thank you.
At the center of it all was Leon McCree, a passenger who found himself in the crosshairs of law enforcement. Officers began pushing, pulling, and forcefully arresting him. When the police use their physical weight to overwhelm a citizen, where does protect and serve, end and assault begin?
Feel free, man. Go ahead, hand me the rolling tray. Thank you.
Man, you don't got no weapons on you, right? No guns, nothing like that? Just keep your hands on the steering wheel, man. Thank you. I'm just gonna have her hold your hands. I'm gonna take your seatbelt off, all right?
The body cam footage didn't just capture an arrest, it captured a liability. This footage led to a massive lawsuit as a jury was forced to discuss a critical question. Did this encounter cross the line into unconstitutional policing? The financial stakes for the department are now as high as the emotional stakes for the victim.
Hey, Mom. Don't call your mom, McCree. Come on, dude. You've been through this too many times to call your mom, dude.
He's being retained for a drug investigation. Yes.
In the beginning, Leon complied. He rolled down the windows and engaged with the officers politely. He was cooperative, yet the officers seemed determined to make an arrest. This was never going to be an ordinary stop. The tension was being manufactured from the moment the door opened.
Cree, you sweating a lot, bro? We weren't sweating when we started.
It's hot.
Ain't that hot? I'm wearing all this stuff. I ain't sweating. Oh, stop that nonsense.
Well, it's hot as
The cop knows his name, his history, and he immediately makes it personal. This is the first major red flag. Under the law, officers are supposed to be neutral and guided by present facts, not fueled by past grudges. When a badge carries a personal vendetta, the law is no longer being enforced. It's being weaponized.
McCree, stop moving around the car. Put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash. Stop reaching, McCree. Stop reaching now. Stop reaching. Stop it, McCree. Put your hands on the dash. Do it now.
McCree, put your hands on the dash. Do it now.
For nothing.
Yes, you are. Put your hands on the dash and do it now. McCree, hands on the dash now. Hands on the dash. McCree, get your hand out your pocket. Stop it. You're acting a fool.
What evidence did the officers actually have? Leon was a passenger, looking sweaty and uncomfortable. He was moving around, sure, but is being uncomfortable in a high-stress situation. A crime? Courts have ruled that nervousness alone is not articulable suspicion.
On the back of his head,
You always pull this stuff. You haven't changed one bit, bro. Stop reaching. Hand on the dash, McCree.
Very thin.
McCree, hands out your pocket now.
I don't have nothing.
Put your hands on the
Can
dash.
you please come up here? Man, they assume they gonna get a fucking lawsuit, bro. I'm trying to get a car.
Stay in the car until I tell you to get
Man,
out.
I'm trying to get out, bro. I'm fucking finna pass out. It's hot.
Legal standards are clear. Nervousness doesn't justify a Terry frisk. Yet, the officer's demands escalate. Hands on the dash. Hands out of your pockets. This rapid-fire escalation crosses into questionable legal territory, forcing a confrontation where none needed to exist.
Hey, straight up. Grab him. I gotta say at least.
Straight up, me, bro. You shoot, what you gonna do? You shoot, what you gonna do?
Grab his arm. You're about to get toasted.
Stop reaching.
Okay, bro, okay. Can I put my pants up?
Stop. Let's go.
Leon eventually tries to cooperate, but the officers clearly have other intentions. They wanted him in handcuffs regardless of his actions. No charges were read. No Miranda rights were given. This looks like a textbook violation of the Fourth Amendment.
McCree, on the ground. Do it now.
Hey, go high and go low. Go low.
Someone go low.
He was thrashed onto the pavement. According to the landmark case Graham v. Connor, police must have reasonable suspicion and use proportional force. Watching Leon's treatment, you have to ask, was this force necessary, or was it a display of dominance?
Roll him over.
We're trying. He's holding. There you go.
The justification used for this humiliation was reaching. We've heard this phrase countless times before violence erupts in police videos, but body cam footage often reveals that reaching is an ambiguous term used to justify escalation when a citizen isn't moving fast enough.
To the side.
He's gonna do all that.
Yeah, he always does. He always does, every time.
I don't have nothing, bro.
Okay.
Right, then why are you acting like this?
Because y'all beating me. I don't just got in the fucking car to see my kids.
Someone hands for me.
Leon begged them to stop accusing him. He was trapped in a cycle of escalation by command. The louder they shouted, the more they demanded impossible compliance, creating a situation where the citizen is humiliated publicly while being physically overwhelmed.
I'm gonna start him on the Explorer.
The footage, later analyzed in court, left the jury in shock. They watched as Leon was mistreated to the point where his pants were removed by officers who didn't bother to cover him back up. This wasn't just about law. It was about a total loss of human decency. How would any of us feel in that position?
What you kicking me for?
Kicking, I ain't
You kicking me for, bro?
I tell you, get up.
Bro, what you talking me for?
You stop.
Man.
Why don't you just listen?
What the you talking me
You
for,
never
bro?
listen, bro. Never change.
This was a full physical takedown. Multiple officers rushed him, wrestling a nearly 500-pound man to the ground. In their reports, they used his size as a justification for more force. But in reality, his size made him more vulnerable to injury and less able to move as quickly as they demanded.
I haven't seen you in 3 years. You haven't changed one bit.
Out my face, bro. Man, move, man.
I ain't got that.
You gonna be able to get in a car, or are you just gonna throw a tantrum the whole time?
Get in the car for?
What do you think?
So you're gonna get up on your own because you're gonna have to go on the patrol car. Or you're gonna make it harder.
For what?
So we would like you to stand
What
up
am I
on your
going to jail
own.
for?
You're going to jail too, man.
For what?
for this, clearly.
For what?
It's called resisting.
They kicked him and twisted his limbs, then added a charge of battery on law enforcement. It's a common tactic. Charge the victim with the very violence they are experiencing. Leon kept asking a simple question. What am I going to jail for? Answering that question should have been the officer's first priority, not their last.
All right. So, are you going to stand up on your own?
Man, they just beat me up, bro.
You gonna get up? You gonna get up like a big man?
He keeps kicking me.
No, he kicking you. Y'all don't talk. Don't do nothing. Don't do shit. Don't move. Don't goddamn it move. They always do this.
Just so you know, what you just did was a stop.
Was there an immediate threat? No. Were there weapons? No. Was he the driver? No. His resisting was a physical impossibility while being pinned by multiple men. This wasn't active aggression. It was a human body reacting to being crushed.
They keep kicking me in my bed. But that man keep kicking me, been kicking me the whole time video.
You now have battery LEO.
Don't keep
Numerous battery LEOs.
Now I got bad on Leo. Now I got bad on Leo, bro.
He's right behind the car. He's right here beside you.
Y'all need to stop that
Can you
shit.
bring it closer? Because
Y'all fucking do that shit all the time because his name rang a fucking bell. LaValza McCree, Baybo. Y'all did that same shit in my mother.
Leon's mother arrives, pleading for de-escalation. She knows her son and knows how to calm him, but the officers refuse to step back. At this point, the encounter stopped being about public safety and started being about the officers' pride. They couldn't back down, even when a peaceful resolution was standing right in front of them.
Out! Come on, how the fuck you get
Bro, they just keep me in my shit, bro. Y'all tripping, bro.
Y'all with this shit all the goddamn time.
Man, y'all just keep me the fuck.
They
Y'all
ain't still
tripping,
me, cause
bro.
I got lights and I ain't pulling out no gun. I pull out my mother phone.
And my thorn broke, bro.
Come on, man.
Despite his physical inability to even attack, they layered on the charges: escape, battery, possession of cannabis, and possession of a firearm by a felon. When you can't justify the violence, you justify the arrest by stacking as many felonies as possible to make the victim look like a monster.
So, get up.
Come on, McCree. Up in 2 days, buddy.
So, you know you're under arrest?
Yeah, he under arrest with y'all.
And you're going to be charged. You're going to be charged with escape if you don't listen. All
I've been charged to escape. I'm not
stand up on
escaping.
your own. You're escaping
I'm
by
not
not
escaping.
allowing us, okay?
Leon told them he was hurt, instead of calling for medical aid. They demanded he get up on his own so they wouldn't have to do the heavy lifting. When he couldn't, they threatened more charges. It's almost dark comedy threatening a man with more jail time because he's physically unable to stand after being beaten.
So you need to stand up on your
Bro,
own.
why y'all holding my neck like that,
Alright,
man?
You want to add more charges, man? Just get in the car.
How I'm add more charges, bro?
Stand up.
Man, let me go!
Stop resisting.
Bro. Man,
Sir, you're resisting arrest right
I'm
now.
not resisting, bro.
You need to stand up.
I'm not resisting, bro.
You need to stand
Look how he
up.
check you, I'm not resisting.
Stand up.
Okay, but just stand up.
Man, look how this man was, he jacking me up.
Stand up on your own. All right?
This is a tactic courts have criticized for years: bury the person under felonies to protect the department. It's exactly what destroys the thin veil of public trust. If the initial stop was legal, why the need for such excessive theatrical force?
Sir, you need to stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Hey, do y'all realize he damn near 500 pounds? Y'all doing all that trying to pull him up?
He's not listening. Stand
Oh, look how he
up.
got his handcuffs.
Sir, you need to stand up on your own.
Man, these handcuffs, look how he got his handcuffs.
Why don't you ask him to stand up?
Babu, stand up.
Talk to me.
Babu, stand up. Okay, but let him stand up. I'm his mama. He'll get up for y'all. Why you got your hand on him? But why they got his hand on you? You feel this funny. This what they do to us kind. This what they do to us kind. You laugh.
I'm not laughing.
We the same color. We the same color. Why you letting this be like Rodney King?
He's gonna get more charges.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I'm his mother. I can get him out.
Okay.
While Leon's mother begged for compassion, one officer was seen laughing. To add insult to injury, the drug charge involved only 2 grams of residue. Florida law classifies under 20 grams as a misdemeanor, yet Leon was treated like he was carrying a criminal bombshell.
Your mama coming to get you. Come on, man. There you go. Appreciate it. Onto the knee. There you go, man. There we go.
That's what I want no. Pull your pants up, boy. Okay, but I don't understand.
That's for resisting, man.
Thank you, sir. Roll up onto your legs, okay? We're gonna help you up.
Bro, why don't you force me? Stop, bro. That's crazy.
Rebel, stand up on your legs.
Get onto your legs.
This is the cycle of over-policing, and it's why civil rights lawsuits are vital. Under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, Leon has clear grounds to allege unlawful seizure and malicious prosecution. When the system fails to self-correct, the courtroom becomes the only place for accountability.
Listen to your mom, man. I come over and get you up because I'm sick of this, man. Get out!
Macri, get onto your legs.
Get up, get up, get up.
There we go.
This ain't making no sense. Put your shoes on and go. God damn it. You know my heart fucked up and fucking with me.
Macri, you need to.
Then there's the concept of failure to intervene. Officers who stand by and watch excessive force are just as liable as those applying it. Here, multiple officers watched the struggle, the twisting of Leon's body, and the public humiliation without saying a single word to stop it.
Please, you me up, boy. Please, won't you let me walk into the car. Get in the car, man. Get in the car. Come on, man. Come on.
Because they forced me to stay twisting handcuffs.
Okay, they ain't finna let you go. They finna let you go. You finna walk to the car by yourself.
Man, once I get in the car, bro, they not gonna worry about me no more, bro.
Baby, come on, baby. Because you know I'm You know I got heart failure. Don't do this. Don't do this. Go get in the car.
I want to drag me to the car, bro.
Come on, they not finna.
Leon's mother pleads with him to go peacefully because she fears for his life. She's thinking about his immediate survival, but the legal team is thinking about the future. Emotional distress and public mistreatment like this can lead to massive settlements, sometimes exceeding $10 million in federal court.
Bro, why'd you put a force on me for?
McCree, turn around.
You put a force on me for, huh? Finish searching me, bro.
McCree, turn around.
Please, baby. Don't even move. Don't even move. Don't even move.
Think about it. A stop that should have been a simple ticket for speeding ended with a man beaten, dragged, and mocked. Is the price of a traffic violation now the forfeit of one's human dignity?
Where that come from? That come off here? Oh, you get that little shit. I smoke, baby, because you ain't got to take you to jail for. I smoke that little shit.
You said you'll smoke it?
Yeah, hell, that little shit right there, ain't enough you can get nobody to jail for.
Nah.
I smoke that little shit. That little shit right there ain't nothing but 2 blunts.
We live in an interesting day and age. Nothing.
That ain't shit, that little shakes. What the bull said.
Bodycam transcripts and witness testimony from Leon's mother tell a story of officers who ignored every de-escalation protocol. They chose force over dialogue and retaliation over procedure. A federal jury is unlikely to look kindly on such blatant disregard for a citizen's well-being.
He's gonna make all the laundry smell like weed now, though, too.
The laundry?
Yeah. He's got a bunch of shake in his pocket.
Oh.
So when you go to do the wash, hopefully he washes his clothes. Hopefully.
There's an ice pack in there.
Okay, baby, sit sideways and get on in there and be doing this shit. And I can go home. Now, sit there, slide all the way back.
Worst of all was the casual joking. He's going to make all the laundry smell like weed now, one officer quipped. That casual tone while a man lies bruised and in handcuffs shows how normalized this misconduct has become. It's not just a policy failure, it's a failure of empathy.
Slide all the way back. You in a big truck now. Ain't no use for that shit. Get on in now. Slide on back. Slide on back. Go back. Go back some more. Y'all got the air on in there, baby?
What's that?
The air on in there?
Yeah.
Okay, slide on back and turn yourself around. You in a motherfucking big old truck there. I can go see you like that motherfucker. Come on.
No, bro.
Okay, it's okay. Get in there. They say they checked it. Tell the people at the jail. Get in there. Go all the way back. Bring your legs a little bit for they close the door. Come on, for they close the door.
Leon's defense attorney likely moved to suppress the evidence, arguing that the entire search was the fruit of a poisonous tree. Now, the department faces a $12 million lawsuit. If the goal was public safety, they failed. If the goal was law enforcement, they failed. All that remains is a massive bill for the taxpayers and a stain on the badge.